What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, back we go for some more Pearl Jam. Yes indeed, Pearl Jam fans, feeling you. Come on now, here we go. This is a request from Flora Smith. Flora wanted to watch me react to this song from Pearl Jam called History Never Repeats. Now this is a live performance, so we're going to see how this goes. To the best of my knowledge, I've never heard the song before, but as always, if I start to hear it and I go, oh yeah, I know this song, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Okay, so this song was posted by 43 Kota, 43 K-O-U-T-A, Kota. I hope that's pronounced right. And this video has 8,920 views. I don't know if that'll get you there or not. But listen, this may just be one of those hidden gems that nobody knows about. So it doesn't mean it's a bad video. It just means not many people know about it. But yeah, I don't know if it'll get you there. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, really nothing else left to say here. Link to the original video will be down below in the description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Pearl Jam, History Never Repeats, live. Ooh, this looks like it's going to be a rough watch. I hope this isn't the only angle. All right, we'll find out. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Before we start, you guys, they didn't even want, they're telling us we don't want to play, because this barricade's really shaky up here. I'm sorry to have to talk to you about this. It's about music, that's why we're here. But also, if something happens up front, someone's gonna fucking die. And that's not what this is about, and then nothing's worth that. This band and this music and you guys and us, it's all about life, all right? Please be good to each other. Back up, dance where you're standing, don't move forward. Let's try this out.
Let's go! And yet they still keep pushing forward, don't they? Look, all the credit in the world to Eddie Vedder for trying, okay? He tried. He's really trying, and I give him all the praise in the world for taking the safety of the crowd into account. Not a lot of bands do that. And it's a shame, because that's how, unfortunately, bad things can happen. So, kudos to Eddie Vedder for at least trying. But yeah, folks, when you're at live shows, be careful. I know a lot of people like to be up at the front, and that's cool. And I love people at the front of the stage, but I also love all the people in the back just as much. I do. So I know when I'm on stage, I give love to everybody in the crowd. Front, back, middle, up top, sides, everywhere. So you don't have to be pushing you into the front for me to recognize you. I recognize all of you. I'm pretty sure these guys do too. So be careful when you go to live shows. That's all I'm trying to say, guys. Be careful. Be careful. Because like Eddie Vedder said, nothing is worth your life. It's music. We're supposed to be having fun. It's not worth dying over. It really isn't. So be careful.
Speaking for myself, I swear I've learned more from records than school. I don't know if it was just me. Anyways, my favorite band growing up was this band called Split Ends, and son of a bitch, they're right here.
So, I guess this isn't really Pearl Jam. It looks like it's Split Ends with Eddie Vedder. Okay.
to sleep. And there's a light shining in the dark, leading me on towards a change of heart. You say I always play the fool. I can't go on if that's the rule. Better to jump than hesitate. I need a change and I can't wait. I said history.
Okay, pause real quick. All right, two things I want to mention here. Number one, their harmonies together, when they do the harmonies, sound really good. The harmonies sound good. When they're singing in unison, though, it's pitchy. It's a little pitchy. But their harmonies sound fantastic when they do it together. The other thing I want to mention is, I've always said this about Eddie Vedder. He's a very gracious frontman. Whenever they have guests, come out, whether it be Perry Farrell or these guys or whoever that the guest might be, Eddie Vedder is always very gracious and is always willing to step away and give the guests their time to shine. A lot of frontmen won't do that. A lot of frontmen are like, this is my band, this is our show, I need to be up front. And look, there's nothing wrong with that because they're right. It is their band, it is their show, and they should be at the front. However, I also firmly believe that if you're going to take someone else's time, like if you're going to take the time for guests to come out and you're going to take from their day for them to come out and perform at your show, you should give them the front. I believe you should. Okay, that's just me personally. I do see the other side of the coin. I do see the point of view of lead vocalist saying, it's my band, it's my show, I need to be at the front. I see that point of view. I acknowledge it. And I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm just saying, me personally, I believe if you're going to have a guest come out on stage, give them the spotlight. Give them the spotlight because they're taking time out of their day to come out. Whether you're paying them or not is irrelevant. They're taking time out of their day. So give them the spotlight. And Eddie Vedder always does. He always does that. So kudos to him. Anyway, let's keep going here.
To jump, then hesitate. I need a change, and I can't wait. I said, history never repeats. I tell myself before I go to sleep. And there's a light shining in the dark, leading me on towards a change of heart.
Whoa! Did I just hear a 3-part harmony there? Hold on.
And there's a light shining in the dark, leading me on towards a change of heart.
I did. Nice.
History never repeats. In the night, it's all so clear. I lie awake with great ideas, looking about in no man's land. I think at last I understand. History never repeats. I tell myself before I go to sleep. Change of heart.
How much do you want to bet? I'd be willing to put money on this. How much do you want to bet that this was one of those things where 3 or 4 hours before the show started, Eddie Vedder ran into these guys. They were backstage, they were hanging out, and they said, hey, why don't we give the band a chance to breathe, and the three of us go out on stage and we do this. And they rehearsed once, maybe twice at most, and then the show came and they just went out and did it cold like that. How much do you want to bet? I'll bet you that's the case. Even still, it sounds good. It sounds pretty darn good. Not gonna lie. It's not bad at all. It's not bad at all. Nice job. It's also nice to give the band a little bit of a break, because from what I understand from Pearl Jam, I don't know if this is... this seems like it's early Pearl Jam days. I don't know if they were doing 2.5, 3-hour shows at this point, but they may very well could have been. When you're playing on stage for 2.5, 3 hours, it's nice to be able to get, a 4 or 5 minute long break. It's not a bad thing. So, nice job. All right, let's finish this. Let's finish this, shall we? There's a minute and 15 left. I'm not sure what's going to happen.
We'll see you guys around. Thanks so much for having us. Take care. You did it. We did it together. See you. Thanks again.
That's the end of the show? So they did that at the end of the show? Spare the crowd.
I hate drinking by myself,
Toss it into the crowd. Why not? That crowd is huge. Man, that's a big crowd. Whew. It's weird that they did that at the end of the show, but it worked. It worked. Well, there you go, folks. That was, it wasn't exactly Pearl Jam. It says Pearl Jam. It says Pearl Jam History Never Repeats, but it really wasn't Pearl Jam. It was really more like Eddie Vedder with two of the guys from Split Enz. Anyway, it was, Eddie Vedder and the guys from Split Enz with a song called History Never Repeats. This was requested by Flora Smith. Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, this one's tough. It's hard to score this.
Tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock.
Have to take a lot of things into consideration here. All right, taking everything into consideration that I suspect and that I know, I'm going to give this a 7.5. Yep, 7.5. I feel good with that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
First and foremost, like I said toward the end of the video, I believe this was put together last minute. I don't believe this was something that was totally and completely planned. It strikes me as something that Eddie Vedder was walking around backstage probably like 3 or 4 hours before the show, ran into these guys, they started talking, started reminiscing, and they got the idea in their head, hey, why don't we do this, And they repracticed once, maybe twice, and then they threw it in at the very end of the show, which I find unusual. You wouldn't normally put that at the end of the show. I would have put that like about halfway to 2/3 of the way through the show. But in any case, it's their decision, not mine. So I'm taking that into consideration. Not the most polished performance, obviously, but like I said, it was probably a last minute thing. Vocally, 2 things vocally here. 1, when they would sing in unison, when they would sing the exact same notes together, it was pitchy. I'm not gonna lie, okay? It was pitchy. I don't know who was out. It might have been Eddie, it might have been one of your guys. I don't know, but somebody was out, and somebody was consistently out, like, you know, flat or sharp, and it wasn't always the same person. It was like, you know, all over the place as far as pitch goes. But, and here's the weird thing, despite the fact they were pitching when they were singing in unison, when they would go into their harmonies, the harmonies were nice. Like, the harmonies were really nice. Even when they went into the 3-part harmonies, there were a couple spots where they went into 3-part harmony, and that sounded great. Like, great. So I'm not sure how to explain that. Other than the fact that I know singing, when you have like 3 or more people all trying to sing the exact same note, that's hard. That's really hard. I know to sing it all together in pitch, everybody in pitch. The more variables you add to the equation, the more chance you're having for someone to mess it up. So, you know, I'm taking that in consideration too. And then the message at the beginning of the show that Eddie Vedder talked about, you know, it's music, guys. It's not worth giving your life for. He is absolutely 100% right about that. Nothing is worth giving your life for. Not music, not anything. So please, please, please be careful when you go to live shows. Me personally, I don't like being up at the front. I hate it. I hate being at the front because in order to see everything, you have to be constantly moving your head and looking around and looking around. I like staying more in the middle. Like my personal favorite spot, I love being right next to the soundboard. I love being next to FOH control. That way I get to hear everything as clear as a bell because that's where FOH is. He's got to be able to hear everything perfectly mixed where he's standing. All throughout the venue, the sound's going to bleed, the sound's going to die, the sound's going to change. The sound's going to reverb off walls, and it's going to get muffled by the more people that are in the crowd. FOH has the greatest spot on the entire floor because they're going to mix the FOH to sound the very best to them. So if you want to get the best sound at a live concert, make sure you are as close to FOH booth as you can be because that's where it's going to sound the best. Plus, usually it's at least halfway back, sometimes even further back. You don't have to move your head all the way around, you know, to see everything. You can see everything right there. That's just me personally. That's where I like to be. So why the 7.5? Honestly, it just makes the most sense to me. It was a really good performance considering what it was. Considering the fact that I have a feeling this was put together at the last minute, it was really good. It wasn't bad at all. Was it great? Let's be honest here. It wasn't great. But you're never going to have a situation like that where it's been like rehearsed once or twice and then get out there and do it, you know. It's never going to be great. It's impossible. It's never going to happen. It's kind of like an improv almost. So it was really good though. It was a really good performance, and they're also getting some bonus points because of what Eddie Vedder said at the beginning. So 7.5, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you did enjoy the show and you would like to see more videos like this, feel free to join the fan base by clicking on that button down there. Yeah, you know the button I'm talking about. Click on that button, join the fan base, and become one of us. Now, for whatever reason, if you don't feel like clicking on that button, that's okay. I still respect you. Also, if you did enjoy the video, please feel free to give the video a thumbs up. It will do me a world of good, and it will do you absolutely no harm whatsoever. Finally, if you guys do in fact join the fan base, you will find a bell down there that you can click on. By clicking on that bell, it'll keep you up to date on everything happening with this channel, including when new content gets dropped. So, if you want to stay in the know, click on the bell and you'll stay in the know. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Until next time, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.